Hi everyone, I'm FMGreeno, and welcome along to episode 43 of the Greeno Tour. This is my FM21 European Journeyman series, where I can only manage teams I've seen play live or been to their stadiums. We're at the beginning of the 2026-27 season. We're about to start our first full season with FC Köln, our fourth club on the Greeno Tour. We've had a busy summer. Let's go and see what we've been up to. Of course, the most exciting stuff you get to do over the summer is make a bunch of transfers, and we've done exactly that. Not too many first team players gone out of the club. I guess the biggest name that's gone is Kevin Sturger, who left at the end of his contract. He has gone to Shakhtar Donetsk. He's a 32-year-old, so probably wasn't going to feature very much for us this season anyway. We have let one other player go for some significant money, I suppose, Ishmael Jacobs. Not good enough to play for us anyway. We've picked up about 3 million quid for him from Frankfurt, so pretty happy with that. A bunch of players have gone out on loan, youngsters from the second team mostly, but we have brought in quite a number of players, so let's go through them one by one. First up, Romeo Lavia, a youngster, Belgian player who we have brought in from Manchester City. He's only made one appearance for them and has been loaned out to a bunch of other clubs. Pretty much comes in as a squad rotation option for us, but I think he's got some very, very decent technicals here. Technique, passing, first touch, dribbling. Not bad mentals, not bad physicals. I think he'll be a good option for us off the bench. Ludwig Koch is just a youngster that we've brought in on a free transfer. Stuck him in the second team. We'll see how he develops. Rodrigo Pinheiro comes in to solve a bit of a problem we had. Right back at the end of last season was not a position of strength in the squad. This guy we have picked up on a free transfer, and I think that's phenomenal business. His physicals are brilliant. His mentals are very, very solid. And his technicals, for all the things that you'd need a fullback or wing-back to do, are also good. He's our first choice right back this season. Gaetano Orestano we have picked up on again on a free transfer, this time from PSG. Now this guy I really like. He's going to start for us in this attacking midfield position. Just look at his attributes here. His technical ones, technique, passing, first touch, awesome. He's got good long shots. Physicals are brilliant for the kind of role that we want him to play. Mental's not bad. I think this guy could be a bit of a star for us this season. Oliver Batista Meyer has come in. Again, not for very much money. I think we paid about £5 or £6 million for him. Very, very good versatility. Can play pretty much anywhere in midfield. Can play here as an inverted winger, which is where we're likely to use him. Can play on the other side. Can play through the middle there. Dribbling, first touch, free kick taking, technique, flair, like a flair player. Yeah, this guy's got a lot about him, and I think we're going to use him quite a lot this season. Antonio Ribeiro comes in, young centre-half. He's kicking around in the first team squad at the moment, but I'm looking to loan him out. He's 22 years old, so I'm not sure how much development there is in him, but we're going to give him a season or two. Hopefully he'll get some football elsewhere. Felix Gebhardt has come in, and he's going to replace Bernd Leno as our first choice goalkeeper this season, I think. I really like the look of this guy. I think he's at 24 years old, still got plenty of room to develop. His physicals are superb for a goalkeeper. Really, really like him. This one was a bit of an odd one. Jeyu Tenpa. I've signed him for one reason and one reason only. I've never had a Bhutanese player. He came up as a free transfer. I know he's rubbish, but I've stuck him in the under-19s. Hopefully he'll develop a little bit. He's got a professional personality, so maybe we'll do a little bit of good for the Bhutanese national team. But obviously he's never, ever going to be good enough to play for us. A brilliant loan signing now in central midfield. Moriba has come in from Manchester United. Look at his physicals. This guy is an absolute monster. He's got really, really interesting kind of attributes. Loads of flair, loads of technique, first touch. Likes to play as an advanced playmaker in midfield. We're probably going to use him as a box-to-box player, I think. Whether that's really the best for him, I don't know, but it really suits the way we want to play. and he's definitely the best player we've got in the squad to play that role. We're going to be seeing an awful lot of this guy this season. And finally, Fita Arp. Now, a lot of people used him in FM20, a bit more of a kind of wonder kid from Bayern's second team back then. The reason I've brought him in is purely for his finishing. That's an area we were lacking a little bit last season. We needed a new striker. And I think overall, whilst, there's not a lot of sort of 15s and aboves, he's pretty solid in what you'd want in an advanced forward. And I like to play with an advanced forward. So even though on the team report he only shows up as about our 5th best striker, I think he might start. Anyway, that's the transfer business for this season. Let's go and see how we've been getting on in pre-season. So the answer to the question, how have we been getting on, is very, very well. We started off with a game against St. Gallen, beat them 9-1. Fita Arp scored 5 in that game, a hat-trick from Robert Skov, playing on the right wing that day too. Very, very convincing performance. We then played a team called Kreens, who are a Swiss lower division team, I think. Put 4 past them. Galatasaray came into town, and we put 7 past them in a friendly. Evina played left wing that day and scored 3 himself. We then took on Olympiakos, a 5-2 win. Another half sort of backup options on the wing. Tim Lemperle plays on the right-hand side. He scored a hat-trick that time. Oristano with a couple. And in the last friendly, we played Alaves away, and Thielmann came in and played up front and scored 5 in an 8-0 win. So we have been scoring goals for fun. We then had our first sort of proper game of the season, the DFB Pokal, the FA Cup of Germany. Played against a sort of semi-pro team and put 7 past them. Another hat-trick from Fita Arp. So, yeah, it looks like we might be scoring a lot of goals this season. But we're going to go and see how we're set up for today's first game of the season. We're playing Hertha away, and they're a good side. We've come through pre-season with almost a full bill of health. Unfortunately, Ongwene, our best centre-half, misses out today. He's picked up a slight knock in training this week. It's going to keep him out for the next 3 days, so nothing too concerning there. It means Kevin Danso is going to come in and get a game. But this is the lineup we're going with today. So the new goalkeeper, Gebhardt, starts. Pinheiro is a new right-back, as we discussed. Jedvaj is going to partner Danso at centre-back. And Bruiner, who I think is going to develop into quite a good player this season with a lot of game time, he's going to start at left-back. Mariba and Andrich are going to make up the midfield too. Batista Meyer starts on the left. Skov is going to play on the right wing. Oristiano is going to play in that attacking midfield role. And we are going to start with Fita Arp up front today. So that means on the bench, we're going to have Bernd Leno, Maro Jr., Denk, Lavia, Smorgol, who I think is a very good option in midfield for us too. Tafana, Evina, Mann, and Thielmann. So loads of really good options on the bench for us. Let's head off to Berlin and see how we get on. So there's that Berlin lineup. Yusuf Demir up front. They paid an extortionate amount of money for him. Hertha are expected to finish in the top 4 this season, whereas we're expected to finish kind of mid-table. Our current media prediction is 10th, which I think is okay. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better than that. I think the form towards the end of last season that we showed would put us as a top half side just about. And I think we've definitely improved the team and the squad since then. So with a bit of luck, we can kick on and do a little bit better. As European places go down all the way to 7th, I think, in Germany. So if we could finish anywhere up and around there, that would be a really, really strong season. And if we can bring European football next season, that would be our first taste of that in this series. But there's a long way to go before we think about that. Oh, we've given away a penalty there, have we? It looked like it to me. Looked like Yusuf Demir got the better of Danso there. I would be very surprised if this isn't given. Let's have a look. What does the ref say? Yes, it's a penalty. I thought as much. And who's going to step up and take this for Hertha? Moise Keane. But the new keeper makes a save. Gebhardt, in his first 5 minutes of his league debut for us, pulls out a penalty save. Good on you, lad. Let's see if we can turn this into a counter-attack. No, Yusuf Demir chasing back there. Goodness me, that kid gets everywhere, doesn't he? So, it's not been a horrible start to the game. Berlin looks slightly the better team. Pinheiro's picked up a yellow card here. I think we're going to have to tell him to ease off the tackles this early in the game. With 75 minutes to go on a yellow card, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? We don't seem to be doing a lot in terms of getting forwards, which is a bit of a surprise with the formation that we're playing. I thought it'd be quite a good attacking formation, but maybe not against the stronger sides, huh? So how about we drop back to cautious a little bit and maybe try and counter-attack a little bit more. Greeno is also on a yellow now, I notice. So he's going to have to ease off the tackles a bit. Jedvaj here with one of his long throws. I have noticed in some of the pre-season games and a couple of the games last season, even though long throws are kind of wrecked now, Tin Jedvaj still seems to be able to throw an absolute belter in. And we did score a couple of goals last season from them. So I'm still going to use that, hopefully, as a weapon. It's just probably not as effective as it may have been earlier in the FM21 cycle. We're building up quite nicely here. Good ball there from Mariba. Finds Skov. Oh, he's hit the post. Was he offside, though? It looked like maybe he was. But that was a little bit more encouraging. We knocked the ball around quite nicely there. I think Mariba in that kind of deep-lying playmaker role today. Found a nice pocket of space and was able to find a decent pass. But we get to half-time, 0-0. Not too disappointed with that, even though we're a little behind on the XG. Let's see what we can say to the guys. Yeah, I think we'll tell them to avenge what happened in the last game. Motivate a few people. Get them out there. We've not seen a lot of Fita Arp yet, have we? Yeah, he's not having a great game, but then again, nobody is in our team by the looks of it. So, I suppose it's a very difficult place for us to come first game of the season. So we're coming up towards the hour mark. A couple of tired legs starting to kick in midfield there. So we might have to think about making a couple of changes in a minute. In comes an opportunity though with them at the back. Can we get in and disrupt their way out? Looks like no, we can't. And that's a good little nod on there from... Oh, don't tell me Danso's given away another penalty. Surely not. 2 in 1 game? It can't be. I mean, it looked like it was. But what's he thinking of? Right, who's going to take this now then? Nonto, can he save another one? Oh, it's hit the post this time. Oh, goodness me. Hertha missed 2 penalties in the same game. Unbelievable stuff. Okay, another highlight. And I think once this one is done, we are going to go and have a look at making a couple of changes. Oh, Danso. What are you doing, man? Oh, my goodness. Right, I'm going to have to go and sort things out here a little bit. I'll be back in a moment. So after that sending off from Danso, I had to bring on Denk at the back. So we sacrificed Oristanio, our attacking midfielder. And I did make a change up front as well. Fita Arp has gone off, and we have brought on Thielmann. Oh, and we've gone behind straight away. Disappointing. I can't believe Danso in this game, though. Goodness me, he gave away both penalties, 2 yellow cards. What is going on with him? It's going to be a little while before we see him back in the first team, I think, after a performance like that. Okay, we need to get a little shout into the boys. Let's encourage them, see if we can get the body language going in the right direction. We can. And I think we probably need to go attacking, even though we've only got 10 men. Let's have a little look if there's anything in the instructions we can change quickly to sort things out. So let's get some mixed crosses. We do need to overlap still. We will take passing into space off. Don't really want to go too wide with only 10 men, but we need to try something. Goalkeeper's got to distribute quickly. You can get it out to the flanks if possible. Yeah, let's see if that makes any difference for the last 10 minutes or so, whatever we've got left of the game. Why has it gone back to cautious? We want attacking. Come on. Nothing much happening. It's a shame. But it looks like we're going to lose the first game of the season. Yep, there it is. Kevin Danso has cost us today. We go down 1-0. Well, after that slightly disappointing result, I'm not that disheartened. I think we did okay. Hertha, like I said, are predicted to finish in the top 4 anyway. So to only come away with a 1-0 defeat, in spite of the antics of Kevin Danso, yeah, that's not awful, is it? So I think we're going to play through a few games now. The transfer window is going to end at the end of August, of course, so we might look at making a couple more signings if we can squeeze anything good in. I think where we're likely to come back, the Dortmund game away, hey? How does that sound? We've got a good mix of games between now and then. Some really tough ones like Bayern. Some maybe not quite so tough ones like Paderborn here. So I think, yeah, by the end of September, we'll have a fairly good indication of where we're at, really. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I think it was good to meet some of the new players. I think we've definitely improved the squad. Shame about the result in the game today, though. But if you did enjoy the episode, please drop a like on there for me. And of course, if you've got any comments about this episode, the players I've signed, or anything else to do with the series so far, I would love to see them in the comments section below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, come and hop on the Greenobus. There is plenty of room for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action here with FC Köln. Bye for now.